We're working on our double ribbon bows today. Let me show you how easy it is to make your own double ribbon bow. To get started with our double ribbon bow, we're first going to need some ribbon. Now you can use any color or design combination that you love and that will match your seasonal decor. I just happen to really love red, white, and green for the traditional Christmas colors. So I picked two sizes, two different sizes, but they're coordinating. If you wanted to do the same bow, you could, and it would just have the different sizes in your, or the same ribbon, and you wanted to have two different size ribbons in your bow, you could do that. But I like to have two different sizes and two different patterns. So I'm going to use these, and this one is 2.5 inches by 25 feet, and this one is 1.5 inches by 25 feet. And this should be enough to make at least one bow similar to the one that we have here on this wreath up here, if not two bows. The other thing you're going to need is a chenille pipe cleaner and a pair of scissors. So to get started with our double ribbon bow, we are going to place our smaller ribbon on top of our larger ribbon. And after we do that, we're going to make a small loop with our ribbon. Now both of these ribbons are the same design or same pattern or whatever on both sides, but when you're making a double looped or a double ribbon bow, it doesn't really matter whether they're the same on both sides or there's a design only on one side. We're going to do the same kind of technique, so that won't become an issue. Okay, we're going to make our double or our small loop for the middle, and whatever hand is your dominant hand, I'm right-handed, so I'm going to be doing most of the bow making with my right hand and using my left hand to hold my bow together as I go. Now remember, I've been making bows for many years, so I've had a lot of practice. So it's not going to turn out perfectly the first time you try, but I encourage you to keep trying. So here we go. Once you make your small loop for the center, you're going to keep your thumb in the middle and use the rest of your fingers to keep the rest of your bow together. So we made our small loop. I'm holding it together, and here in the back on the middle, so this is the front, this is the back, my 4 fingers are on the back here. I'm going to take both of my ribbons and give it a twist, okay? Because that's going to make it so the ribbons are going to be right side up when I make my loops. So I'm going to hold that twisted area in the back with my 4 fingers, and then I'm going to make a nice size loop. If you want to get your ruler out to measure, you can. I don't. I just eyeball it because that's just how I roll. So you make a small loop or big loop, however, depending on how big you want your bow. And then when you get to the middle again, you're going to twist both ribbons again, twist. And then make a loop the same size or same length as your other loop, just on the other side, if that makes sense. So I know it's kind of hard to see there, but as I get going, I'm just going to go back and forth, twisting in the middle, making loops on each side. We're going to do 4 loops on each side, and then we're going to finish up our bow. So I made my loop over here. We're going to twist. I'm going to make another loop on this side, about the same size. Again, I don't measure, but you can if you want to get out your ruler. And we're going to keep making loops and twisting our ribbon as we go. Now that I've made my 4 loops on each side, I'm going to take my ribbon and make one really long loop. One really long loop like this, and bring it up behind. And this is going to be my tail, the tail of my bow. So you can make it as long as you want. And when you bring it up behind, you kind of cross over in the back. So it comes up in the back like this. And you take your pipe cleaner, and I like to squish everything, squish it all together. Take your pipe cleaner, put it through, and as you squish with your right or left hand, whatever hand you have holding the middle, make sure you have that middle part nice and tight too. Squishing as much as you can, as tight as you can. You come around to the back here like this, and then you twist your pipe cleaner to make that really tight. Just like that, and then you'll be able to use your pipe cleaner, this part, to connect it to your wreath. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this tail, my really long tail that's kind of up here in the top. I like to actually give it a little bit length, because if you might need to fill in a little area in the back of your bow. So we're just going to give that a cut. And now we can start pulling our ribbons apart and using that beautiful wired edge to kind of work our way around our bow, making it look just how we want. Whether we pull them apart this way, we kind of want to change it up so that you have your patterned bow, or your skinnier ribbon, I should say, not bow, but your skinnier ribbon over here. Just kind of mix it up so that you get a good mix, and fluff that bow up. So that's one side done. And see, this is kind of why I like to leave the tails a little bit longer, so you can get that up in there. So that's one side fluffed up. Now we're going to do the other side. Now we're going to make our tail by cutting this long piece like this. And if you want to have tails, you can. If you don't want to have tails, you don't have to have them. Right now, I'm just going to cut it straight because I'm not sure when I put it in my wreath exactly what I want it to look like, but I know that I want to have that option. So I'm going to give it a little bit more fluff. So here it is, all done, all fluffed, ready to go on my wreath. So like I said, this is why we have our pipe cleaner back here. I've got it ready to just hook on to my wreath. So I'm not a perfectionist, I'm a kind of a guesser. So if it looks like it's going to be in the middle, that's why I kind of go with, whatever looks right. I don't really measure a lot of things. So when I'm making my loops on each side, they're not going to be exactly the same. But luckily, with the magic of the wire edged ribbon, it'll all turn out and our bow will look nice and fluffy and beautiful with the double ribbons in it. So let me know if you have any questions, and I'd love to see your finished bow, wreath bows when you get them done.